What's up, guys? I'm Brian Altano, and I'm here with Tim Gettys.
What's up, guys?
Let Tim host. Ever since Smash Brothers was announced, Nintendo's given us a juicy little tidbit on what's coming next for Smash Brothers every weeknight for the last few months. Sometimes it's new characters, sometimes it's new stages, sometimes it's just an item or something simple. Today, we got a character we all wanted to see come back, named Diddy Kong. Right on the heels of Donkey Kong Country Returns, Tropical Freeze coming out today for the Wii U, we're seeing Diddy Kong again. And that's awesome. We're excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a trend here with Smash Bros. Where whenever a new game comes out, this is the first time actually they've corresponded with the American release date.
Right.
Where they announce a new character, because usually it's the Japanese release date.
Yep.
They did it for Peach and for Sonic and for Pikmin and Olimar. So now with Diddy Kong, Tropical Freeze came out, so here's Diddy Kong. We got some screenshots, cool things to look at. He's more flexible now, so his side A attack has more range.
Yeah, they've emphasized this a lot in these screens, is that he's doing this weird thing where his leg's up in the air and he's like 10 feet away from the guy he's fighting and doing a kind of a Mr. Fantastic Dalsim stretch across the screen and kick some butt kind of thing.
I don't think it's gonna be like as long as like a Dalsim situation, but like this is definitely farther than it was in Brawl. Moving on, because usually there's one screenshot a night, but when there's a new character, we get a bunch of them.
It's Christmas.
Moving on, yeah, exactly. Moving on, we got some screenshots, two different screenshots that show off the boxing ring stage.
Yeah.
And as we saw last week with Little Mac, when he's in the stage, we get it turns into the Punch-Out arena.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
When he's not there, it's a Smash Bros. Arena. Little tiny details that I think are pretty awesome.
Yep, and you pointed out something in this last screenshot for the 3DS one, which is all cell shaded, obviously.
Yeah.
Where he's fighting Star Fox. There's no tripping in the game now, but still classic banana peel move. Knock people on their ass like that.
So this is awesome because Sakurai, the director of Smash Bros, said that tripping is out. Thank God. But here you see it in an actual move. It could be still in, and I think that's totally fine because that's part of the gameplay, and that's great. It's not random and annoying.
Yeah. For the unrehearsed, tripping was a sort of random thing, and in big fighting game tournament communities, anything random is a bad idea. So that's basically, you want it all to be skill-based, and now you just have to throw banana down. Although, you know, professional Smash Brothers fighters won't even use items, so.
Well, bananas aren't items. See, that's Diddy's move. So that's why this is totally cool.
Interesting.
So yeah, moving on. The night before, we got this other screenshot of Samus standing next to Little Mac.
Yeah.
Not really much going on in the screenshot. This is one of the weaker ones.
Yep.
And this is just a throwback to when they first announced Little Mac in Brawl as an assist trophy, and just showing how short he is next to Samus, and it's just like some humor.
Yeah, he's a really, it's always been a tragic fight for Little Mac, because he's just like,
he's little.
He's a high school kid from Brooklyn, and he has to fight monsters that are 5 times his size in the ring, and now he's got to do it in space and on a dog planet and all this other
and as Sakurai says, he used those mighty green gloves to punch out many challengers bigger than himself. So they always say these weird things, which leads us to the next screenshot. Here it's a 3DS screen from the Nintendog stage, and Sakurai says, "This dog is huge. Wait, no, the playable characters are small. The Smash Bros. Series doesn't always stay true to scale."
So what's happening here?
So that
doesn't make any sense to me.
He always says weird things like that, and a lot of times it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But there's been time and time again, we've seen that he must be reading the forums on the internet, and he must be like reacting to what people are talking about. And one of the huge debates is, will Ridley from Metroid be a new character in this game? And everyone's like, no, he's too big, he's too huge. Like,
yeah, Ridley in some of the Metroid games is like 20 times the size of Samus. So throwing her in as a fighter is sort of ridiculous.
Yeah, so a lot of the internet right now is like, did he do this on purpose just to be like, hey, it doesn't matter that he's big, things aren't always to scale? We'll see. That's a little stretch.
So is there like a incredible shrink ray in this game or something? Like how are they going to justify it?
I don't know.
You know what? They don't need to.
Anything.
They don't need to, because it's a game where a dragon man fights a woman on top of a spaceship, and who cares?
Exactly. So speaking of that screenshot, what we get from that is a new item, which is the fairy from Zelda.
Yep.
And in that game, what does that do?
Kills you instantly.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
The opposite of that. It completely heals you.
Yeah, it brings you life. When you die in Zelda, and if you have one of these things on you, it brings you back. But this is sort of a little overpowered now, because now it's helping people who are already having a pretty good game, right?
So this is the first time you can heal fully over 100%.
Right.
There was the Maximum Tomato and the Heart Container also from Zelda that were in Smash and whatever. In the first Smash on 64, you could do that. But in Melee and Brawl, then it was like, the Maximum Potato was for tomato. It was for 50% or less, and the heart container was for 100 or less. Now it's 100 or over, so that's pretty cool.
And for like, you know, for people new to Smash Brothers, you know, every game might be your first. Having over 100% is not a good thing.
No.
That's not good. That means that I basically come up, I could flick you and send you flying out of the ring. So you want that number low. It raises the more you get your ass kicked.
Yep.
So this will bring that down a little bit.
So the final screenshot, which was the first one released on Monday this week. So Little Mac was revealed last Friday.
Yeah.
So whenever new characters revealed, the next Monday they show off some of his moves and stuff. So here we got 2 screenshots. One of him on the ground beating up Mega Man, and one of him in the air just kind of flailing around. And Sakurai in the caption says that like he's like really solid on the ground, but he's pretty much useless in the air, which is cool because he's a boxer. That makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah, but it's gonna train someone like me to fight with him kind of differently, because I like a lot of characters where there's a lot more aerial maneuvers, right? I like to do my double jumps, throw projectiles and stuff like that. Fight people, like kind of move around a lot. Little Mac, you're gonna have to change your play style a little bit.
Yeah, he seems like he's gonna be one of the more unique characters, which is awesome because no projectiles, no air battles.
Is there anybody in the last few Smash Brothers that we can kind of compare that play style to?
He's kind of like a mix between Ike and Olimar, because Olimar is a beast on the ground, but once he's off, he's pretty much done. And Ike is no projectiles. You have to be close up and fighting. So it's kind of like a mix between those two.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's it, man. I mean, we have seen an awesome array of Smash Brothers details this week. We still don't have a release date yet. It's coming this year to Wii U and 3DS.
Until then, we're going to do this every week, recapping the screen, see what new stuff we find. But thanks for watching.
Yeah, if you see something we missed, let us know in the comments below. Be nice. For everything else Smash Brothers, Wii U, 3DS, and Nintendo, keep it locked right here to IGN.